I'm sharing the screen. You can see this, right?
Yes, sir, we can see it.
Yes, sir.
Sir, we can see the screen share. Lesson 13.
Yes, sir, we can see.
Okay,
Yes, sir, we
Yes,
can see.
so we are starting our chapter 13, sound. And let me tell you, have you ever thought about how you are hearing these sounds, or how you are producing? Each and every one of us have different sound. Why is it so? And sometimes we say that his sound or her sound, it is beautiful, or it is voices, different voices, or about some singers, their voices are so cute and so beautiful. Why is it so? And no, that was about the human voices. And oh, you know that there are some very high um, sounds, like a flighting, the sound of a flight which is about to take off, like that, and a drilling machine sound, like that. And how these sounds are produced, and how we are able to, we humans are able to hear all those sounds, and varieties of this sound, and how we are able to hear this, and how we can produce sounds, all these things in this chapter. Okay, so let us start. We know that, how do you understand that in your, when you are in class, the period is over, the hour is the period is finished? Not in this online class, in the normal online offline class, in your school,
Sir, in
obviously
school,
we will hear, yes, in school we will hear the, a ring will be heard. Okay, so you will understand the time of the particular period is over. In a similar manner, how will you understand that the time of the class is over? Because when they came, they will click the doorbell. So you will understand that the time of the class is over. So you will hear a sound, and you will understand. So, and one more thing, you have where one person is counting to one to some depending on the participants, he will count numbers, and others will hide, and he is closing his eyes and he is counting. How he is finding where his friends are hiding? He is listening to the sound, the footsteps, where they are going, like that. Then he will uh, find out where they are hiding, the possible places for hiding them. So sound plays an important role in our life, in whether it in any cases, especially when I say now also, at the present also. Now you are hearing my sound. Only because of that you can hear and learn. So sound plays an important role in our life, like this: harmonium, flute, sitar, tabla.
tabla.
Yes, each of these instruments produces each of these instruments produces different sound, and you already heard that, all of you. So we will these are about the sound, the importance of sound, or sound. The main point I want to tell you was, sound plays an important role in our lives. Moreover, it helps us to communicate with one another. Obviously, we will find it difficult for those persons who are deaf. We because we can't communicate with them easier. Moreover, don't go to disabled person. Whenever there is a network issue, you can't hear my sound. Whether the network problem
Sir, now I can't hear your voice because of
maybe
network
mine or
problem.
yours, you can't hear you properly. There is a problem. We can't understand you like that. So sound plays an important role, and we will learn about the peculiarities or the properties of sound. Okay, in a general manner. And the first section is 13.1. Sound is produced by a vibrating body. In our school, there is a school bell. It is see that it is there is nothing felt, just a cool. It will be called like that. That's all. But when we ring that bell and then you touch it, you will feel a vibration. Not just kind like this. Your hands will be not. Your hand will not be shaking like this. Not like that. Just you can feel a vibration. I will show you. See, our first experiment is, you have many activities in this chapter. Here, you are asked to take a metal pan and hang it in a convenient place so that it does not touch any wall, and you should strike it with a stick, touch the metal dish, then you will feel a vibration. Okay, we are in this section, we are trying to prove sound is produced by a vibrating body. We want to prove it. That's why we are is produced by a vibrating body. And say in this activity, we are again striking this pan, and suddenly we are holding it with your hands. Then still we won't be able to hear the sound. The sound will be stopping. I will tell you, whenever we strike the pan with a stick, it produces a sound. And when you touch it just gently, the we can feel that vibration, and that's all. Again, you are asked to strike the pan tightly. You will feel the vibration, and when you touch it, this vibration will get lowered, and as a result, the sound also gets reduced. If we have, if you were in school, I would have shown you all this. So you have to, you can check in your house also. You take it and you can check on this activity. And again, see, the next activity is you have to take a rubber band. Then what? You have to put it around the longer side of the pencil box. And again, two pencils are inserted between the box and the stretched rubber. Now plug the rubber band somewhere in the middle. You may have already done this for playing like that. So what happens? You will hear a sound, and obviously you can see the rubber band is vibrating, right? So we can conclude that the this is important. Okay, the to and fro or back and forth motion of an object is called vibration, which means the an object is moving forward and backward continuously. This movement, like this, it is moving forward and backward. This movement is known as, this motion of an object is known as vibration. See, here when we come to this activity 13.2, when a tightly stretched band is plucked, it vibrates and it produces sound. You can hear a specific sound of the rubber band is vibrating. And when it stops vibrating, it doesn't produces any sound. You can check that in your house also. You take a rubber band and just you can put it a rubber band across your hand, and you can just extend it, and what happens? See that the rubber band is vibrating, and again when the vibration is gradually slows down, the sound also will get slows down. Okay, now we are going to our a metal dish, and you have to pour some water in it, strike its edge with a spoon. We will hear a sound. Again we have to strike it, and we have to touch it. When we touch it, we can feel, when we strike the water and we look at the surface of this water, it gets, the vibration gets in the surface of the water. Now we have to hold the dish. Then what happens? The vibrating suddenly stops. So we can we are about to find is the sound is produced by a vibrating body. Okay, and one more thing, I will show the experiment, this activity, activity 13.3 to you. Here,
Let us do some activity. Take a metal dish.
can you see?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Sir, a metal plate.
okay,
Pour water in it. Strike its edge with a spoon. You will hear a sound. Again, strike the dish and then touch it. You will feel the dish vibrating. Strike the dish again. Look at the surface of the water. Can you see waves there? Now hold the dish. What change do you observe on the surface of water? There are no waves seen on the surface of water. We say that a vibrating object produces sound. In some cases, the vibrations are easily visible to us. But in most cases, the amplitude is so small that we cannot see them. However, we can feel them. For example, an earthquake.
Sir, what is the amplitude?
Yes, sir. I also want to know what is an amplitude.
wait. Okay, you will learn about amplitude in the later classes. I can't just say this is amplitude. You have to learn about amplitude.
So can you explain me about
We
amplitude
have to learn
in
before
brief?
learning amplitude. Someone was saying something. The sound is not clear.
Sir, you can tell us about amplitude in brief so that we can get an idea of it.
Okay, I will just say something and just try to check whether you can understand that. Okay. Okay, fine. See, when a vibration is when a vibration occurs, what happens? We see that we have seen in the video that the vibration takes place, which means it will be in the form of a wave like this. And drawing it, a wave will be formed like this. And as a result, one more thing, each and every wave will be like this. I'll show like this. See, amplitude is this part. This height, it is actually the amplitude. Okay, for a wave.
Okay, sir.
And you will learn more precisely and clearly. I know that you won't be, you will find it a little bit difficult for to understand, but all this will be learned in our physics classes clearly. Don't worry about it. So, what we had seen in the video, we have seen that.
काय तो काय है जो बना वो तो मैंने काट दिया हम बाटो के दिया अबे कुत्ते मत दिए हम बाटे
I didn't mute your video.
Sir, audio.
Sorry, mute your audio. Now see here, we had seen in the video that when we take a washing or a dish and we pour some water in it, and when it is being struck by a spoon like this, a wave is created, and as a result, we can see that the sound produces a wave, and the vice versa. Which means we have already seen in our previous activities that a vibrating object produces sound. Some cases, these vibrations are easily visible to us. And in some cases, they are so small. Example was earthquake. Okay, and you should remember earthquake as an example for this. Okay, where we cannot see the vibration, but we can feel the vibration. What were you saying?
Nothing.
Okay, fine. So can I and again in that instruments also. See, this is our instruments. So we understand that here we can, when you see the videos, or you can search in the Google in the YouTube, and you can check that Whenever a sound is produced from a musical instrument like this, there is a vibration occurring. Okay, and let it be any tabla or like that. There also in any of the musical instruments like this, we can see that there is a vibration occurring. And even in flute also, we can feel that when you try to take a flute and when you blow through it, a vibration passes through these holes, and thus the sound is produced. You have seen that the musicians who are blowing this flute are holding their fingers in that holes, right? See this hole, there are holes put here. We have seen that they are holding the holes, because whenever they put their finger or closing that hole, the sound produced will be different. Okay, so to produce different sounds, they are closing that holes, and thus they are doing so. So finally, we can conclude that what we can conclude, sound is produced by a vibrating body. This is what we want to learn from this section, and for that we have done many experiments. Are you all clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shall I go to the next section? And do you think when we speak, does any part of our body vibrate? We have already seen that from the previous section, that sound is produced by a vibrating body, and still I am speaking, a sound is produced. Does any part of my body vibrate? Is that because the sound is produced? We will see. Say we can speak loudly or sing a song, or we can make sounds, and you can, whenever you do so, just place your finger on the throat. Okay, you can do this one now also. Just ask or tell something in your mute the video, mute the audio, and then make some sounds, and then place your finger on your throat, and you can feel that the throat is vibrating. All of you check. Can you feel it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And so from this we can clearly observe that some we are producing sound. So let us see which part of our body produces sound. In humans, the sound is produced by the voice box or the larynx. I repeat, the sound is produced in humans by the voice box, or it is called the larynx. And we can see that when we put our fingers on our throat, we will find a hard bump. Okay, and it will move when you use your saliva to swallow. So you can feel that this bump is moving, and this part of the body is known as the voice box. And we are going into further details of this voice box. Clear? It is the upper end of the windpipe. And again, but still, how sound is produced? We know that vibration has to occur, and how again this? I will tell you. There is two vocal cords. They are stretched across our voice box in such a way that it leaves a narrow slit between them for the passage of air. So I will tell you, see, let the vocal cords be, these two be the vocal cords, these two fingers, and they are closely stretched like this. These are the parts of your body. Remember? Okay, these are the parts of your body, and you can see that there is a small space between these two parts. Okay, this is the two vocal cords. And again, when the air flows through this small area, you know that air is obviously flowing through our area by the lungs. When air flows through this area, these two vocal cords starts to vibrate, and as a result we can produce sound. So for humans, we know that there are many kinds. Males are there, female is there, children is there. So for each of this category, the distance between these two vocal cords are different. As a result, we can say that the sounds produced from each of these categories are different. That's why we are hearing the male sound is different from the female. I'll show you. We will see two vocal cords are stretched across the voice box between them for the passage of air. When the lungs force the air through the slit, the vocal cords vibrate. We have seen in our previous section that a vibrating body produces sound, and thus a sound.
Sir, what is the meaning of slit?
Slit means the small space between anything. Okay,
Okay,
the
sir.
space between the anything. See, again I tell you, not a hole like that. See, this is a slit. See, you can see a small space, the word slit, because it is so small. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, the muscles are loose. I have shown you, these are, if these are the two vocal cords, these two vocal cords are attached to your body by the muscles. So these vocal cords can get tightened or not. It is possible. Again, when the vocal cords are tight and thin, from that when they are loose and thick, let us see how these vocal cords function. An experiment is given to you. And you have to take two rubber strips of the same size. We have to blow air and change the color. Now you have to blow air through the gap between them, like this. Okay, then what happens? As the air blows through the stretched rubber strips, a sound is produced. Again, you can do another activity also. See, you can take a paper and make a slit. This is also a small space. And you can blow air through that slit and you can listen to the sound, which means our vocal cords produce sound in a similar manner. Clear? And another important point is given to you. See this? This is important. It can be asked for your exams also. The vocal cords in men are about 20 millimeter long, but in women these are about 15 millimeter long. But children have very the voices of men, women, and children are different. You may have already thought that why your sound is different from your friend's sound. It is because of this. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have found that what we had found the sound larynx and how specifically the sound, what's the process of producing sound in humans. It is the stretched, then as a result of the air passing through the narrow slit, the sound is produced. Clear? So does any of you have any doubts
Yes.
till this portion?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No,
Okay,
sir.
fine. So I think
No,
then
sir.
can I stop the screen share?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
I will upload this to YouTube and I will share it with you. If there is any doubt, you can ask me. If there is nothing, we can stop the meeting. Are you all okay with the class?
Yes,
Yes, sir. No doubt.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Sir,
If there
no
is
doubt.
nothing, I can end the class. So thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.